The Father, the man who loved us in silence. The Father. He is not the loudest voice in the room. He is not the one who talks the most. He is not the one who complains. He is the one who carries everything and says nothing. A father is a man who slowly disappears so his children can appear. Part 1. The man who leaves before the sun. Every morning, my father left before the sun. The world was still asleep, and yet he was already tired. Not tired from waking up early, but tired from carrying years. He walked quietly in the house, afraid to make noise, afraid to wake us, afraid to disturb our peace, as if his tiredness should never touch our dreams. He put on his clothes slowly, not because he was calm, but because his body was heavy. Heavy with responsibility, heavy with fear, heavy with love. He drank his coffee standing, always standing, as if sitting down meant admitting weakness, as if resting meant giving up. Before leaving, he looked at us. Not a long look, just a second. But in that second, he checked everything. Are they safe? Are they breathing? Are they still here? Then he closed the door and carried the world alone. Part 2. The child who thought his father was hard. When I was young, I didn't understand my father. I thought he was hard, cold, too serious. Why does he say no so much? Why does he not explain himself? Why does he stay silent when I am angry? I wanted him to talk like others, to hug more, to explain more. I didn't know that silence was his language. I didn't know that protection does not always sound like love. Sometimes, love sounds like rules, like fear, like distance, and I hated that distance. Part 3. The father as a shield. In our house, my father was not just a man, he was a wall. When life attacked us, it hit him first. When mistakes were made, he stood in front of us. When something broke, he fixed it. When money was short, he became smaller so we could feel bigger. He never said, "This is too much," even when it was. He never said, "I can't," even when he couldn't. Part 4. The night I heard his pain. One night, late, I heard my parents talking. My mother said softly, "You are tired, very tired." There was silence. Then my father answered, "If I rest, who will carry them?" That sentence didn't sound strong. It sounded scared. For the first time, I understood something terrible. My father was not strong because he felt strong. He was strong because he had no choice. Part 5. The man with no one to lean on. Everyone leaned on my father. But who did my father lean on? No one asked him, "Are you okay?" No one told him, "You can rest." No one said, "It's not your responsibility alone." Because fathers are expected to survive, even when they are breaking. Part 6. Dreams buried alive. My father never talked about dreams, not because he had none, but because he killed them early. Dreams need time, dreams need energy, dreams need space, and he had none of that. So he chose us, every time. He didn't chase happiness, he postponed it. He didn't follow his dreams, he turned them into food on the table. Part 7. Fear he never spoke about. My father was afraid of sickness, afraid of weakness, afraid of age, afraid of the day his hands would shake and he could no longer protect us, afraid of becoming useless in a world that only respects strength. But he never showed it, because a father believes his fear must die inside him so his children can live without fear. Part 8. When the mountain sits down. Then my father got sick. Not very sick, but sick enough. And suddenly the mountain sat down. The house felt different, quieter, heavier. I looked at him and didn't recognize him. The man who never rested was now resting, and it scared me, because when a father gets weak, you realize how fragile everything is. I held his hand. That hand built my life. That hand paid for my mistakes. That hand carried years of silence. I wanted to cry, but I didn't, because I learned from him. Part 10. A message to every child. If your father is still alive, please don't wait. Don't wait until he is tired. Don't wait until he is sick. Don't wait until he is silent forever. Sit next to him. Say his name. Tell him you see him. Because one day you will sit alone and wish you had said more. Final ending. Very slow, emotional. A father is not perfect. He fails. He gets angry. He stays silent. But he loves in the hardest way. He loves by carrying pain quietly. He loves by staying alive when he is tired of living. He loves by disappearing slowly so you can shine. The father is the man we understand only when time starts to take him away.